I need to check, but I think the last time I posted a video was about the 7th of March. So I thought it was time for another one because I did kind of promise myself and others that I'd try and do one every Friday. Here's the situation with the health. It's I've met my oncologist. I've met my chemotherapist. There's a medical team meeting happening at the moment. A CT scan was done on the 24th of March, and I'm waiting for a decision from them. We think that it's going to be a 3-month observation and just check in general. You know, more or less, I'm feeling good. St. Patrick's Day happened not so long ago, and I was hosting an event with Guy Eames and Philip Hutchinson on the 17th of March in Moscow. I was hosting another event, I was emceeing at another event on the 20th in another bar. And on the 21st we had Irish Festival. You'll find lots of information about that on different social media channels, and I will relaunch the website soon because it was great. You know, all of the events had Irish music, Irish dancing, me as the presenter, and giving people facts and figures about Ireland in like a quiz format sometimes, and a quest format sometimes. All well received. A big thank you to the number of sponsors that I had to help me make Irish Fest happen, because dancers needed to be paid, stage was organised, balloons were organised, musicians needed to be paid. Everyone did a great job. I had a sound engineer who helped with the sound, the microphones and the connections and the cables and all that. So it made life a lot easier. Because it was St. Patrick's Day, I was drinking whiskey, not every day, but quite a bit, and smoking from time to time. I know, not the smartest idea in the world, particularly when one has cancer, but there you go, we all live and learn. Tomorrow morning, I have a hypnotherapy session with a friend of mine, Mary, from Donegal in Ireland. So I'm looking forward to that, to knock the cigarettes in the head because it's time. And very, very healthy grub going on the last couple of days. Olga is back from her momcation, so it makes a difference. I asked Chat GPT, what fruits and nuts do I need to eat? And, pears, peaches, berries, and macadamia nuts. And then I got the macadamia nut and I brought it home. I thought, how the hell am I going to open this? And I used a screwdriver, first of all. And then Olga said, you can actually get a key. So there's a key, would you believe? A key that opens the macadamia nuts. I never knew. And they're very tasty. So I'm adding them to all sorts of things, like the morning porridge and all sorts of fun and games. I'm hoping to get a trip home to Ireland I'm just looking at tickets at the moment, probably towards the end of April and the start of May, after the Russian Easter and before the Russian Victory Day and Mum's birthday. Thankfully, my mother's health. I had a very lucid conversation with my mother, who many of you know is 85 with Alzheimer's in a nursing home, on Wednesday evening, and it was like she was like a child. Great mood, great form, which was fantastic to see. Back to the health. There's another opinion from a renowned oncologist happening on the 8th of April. It was going to happen on the 1st of April, but I thought April Fool's Day, not so good. And I also thought that I'd be meeting the director of a new film project on the 1st of April. Turns out that's going to happen on the 31st of April. So, Muggins, me, will be practicing my lines today. And there's Truman, there's Clifford, there's Churchill. I'm not going to be Churchill. If it had been a year ago, at 84, 83 kilos, have been an ideal Churchill with chubbier cheeks. But now I'd be a very thin Churchill, so I'm not going to do that. I'm 65 kilograms, so I'm putting on more weight. I was out on my bike yesterday, not for very long, but I was out. And that's kind of what's happening, just to keep people up to date and up to speed. April is here. Olga is back from her holiday, so more healthy eating and healthy living and taking care of oneself. So that's the latest and greatest. What does April have in store? It has a trip home. It has me finally finishing hughmcanany.com and pushing for more acting roles. I'm coaching people next week. I'm still doing some teaching because, as my latest business card says, for those of you who haven't seen it, it's portfolioist. I like portfolioist. In Russian, known as Chelovek Orchestra. And I'm keeping going with the three areas, of languages, acting, and coaching to help people make changes, be positive, realize that they have lots of things to be thankful for, including I have lots of things to be thankful for. So I've gone nearly 6 minutes. I'm going to sign out and wish you well and namaste and lots of love. Ciao.